We can say everybody, but just we have to understand though that I watch African American TV for the most part. The majority of the sitcoms and stuff on television, when they do watch television, they're American shows. Okay. So I don't have a lot of references as far as how white culture or Asian culture is depicted.
But back then, because you gotta remember, if we're dealing with.
That's a long time ago.
You know what? That's a lot. That is a long time. But look, but back then there weren't a lot of African Americans on TV. So you had the
Bill Cosby,
I Love Lucy's Ricky Ricardo. You had it was a whole lot of older shows. What? Michael Keaton. But I'm talking about going all the way back. Oh, I'm talking about like the Father Knows Best and the
Family Ties.
Well, that's Michael Keaton.
Cool guy.
Well,
Michael Keaton.
Y'all go back.
Well, there's a different show. I mean, there is.
Wait a minute. Gotta go to commercial. Before we go to commercial break, let me read the one and only existing, which means he must be a top-notch, amazing dad, because he in there on his own. This is my father that's probably not watching the show, James Askins. First things first, I would like to shout out my amazing dad, Jamie O. Askins. He is one who others will call a complicated man. He was a Rolling Stone, and guess what?
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio Loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
With Keisha, James, and Mark, talking sports, Baltimore.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And she's supposed to basically, tell us about the job she has.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio Loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
What's up, and welcome to the Artist Exchange radio show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Nate Couser, and my co-host is here today, Mr. Damonn Hollywood Hall.
How y'all doing out there?
Okay, that's how you feeling on Friday.
Yeah, it's a good day.
So, we will be having a few additions to the show coming this summer. Miss Kara Smoot, she will be assisting us. If you're a student right now and you're looking for some intern in, say, radio or connected to radio, marketing, sales, so on and so forth, definitely hit us up. info@beexposedradio.com. Put in the subject bar, I want to be an intern, or I'm interested in being an intern. CC it to myself, Nate, or address it to myself, Nate, here, and I'll return your message as soon as I possibly can. But if you are an intern and you're looking for an internship for either credit or just roundabout experience in radio, and the many different fields in radio, definitely hit us up. info@beexposedradio.com. Also, sponsorship opportunities are available for businesses and individual artists and individuals looking to promote or market their upcoming events, their businesses, their brands, their summer camps, their snowball stand, whatever you have and you want to market or promote it, definitely hit us up. And if you just want to support the Artist Exchange, definitely hit me up. The Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. My information, just email me and we can send me your information. I'll definitely message you and set up a meeting or conversations where we can talk further more about sponsorship, so on and so forth. But we have some great packages for you all to take part in, so definitely hit me up and we can definitely meet and discuss those things in length or not, So again, if you are listening or watching this show, if you decide to call in, and remember the call-in number is 410-702-5657. If you choose to call in, definitely know you can't call in and listen on the same device. You can't do that. It's going to create frequencies and static and choppiness. So if you decide to call in, definitely hang up or click off of the video and call in to let us know what you're thinking. Today, I just have a fun question for you guys. It may not be fun, but I've been in a lesson planning workshop all week long, and we were trying to humor ourselves. It was Friday, and we needed to de-stress, like literally lesson planning 11 to 5. Shout out to the Do More Poets Society. They put on this awesome workshop institution every summer, and it's hip-hop is one class, you learn production in one class, you learn poetry in another class, and I'm the new addition, and I am the theater instructor. So definitely,
congratulations.
Huh?
Say congratulations.
I mean, thank you. I didn't think I would be doing the summer camp again, but this was an awesome opportunity with a very phenomenal group. And if you don't know, we in Baltimore, I'll say in Maryland, we have the reigning champions in the poetry spoken word community. Slangston Hughes, Lady Breon, Black Chakra, Grimm, Mecca. I know I'm forgetting the name, but I think it's two more. Kenneth Say Something, Kenneth Morrison. Awesome, phenomenal group, and they just won the Chicken Fried Slam poetry event. And that's a national poetry competition. So definitely shout out to them. I've been having so much fun with them and Shenya Wright this week. Planning, I've never thought so much about
some emphasis on that
what I'm doing. I'm just saying, I'm an actor. So actor, it's a verb. That's what I do. I do. But the planning process is something that I was always second in line. But I am writing curriculum, and I've done this before in different spaces, but not to this extent. So for the next 2 weeks, this week and next week, we'll be planning out our awesome curriculum for this summer. It's a 5-week program, very intense, really literary focus, and with a literary focus. And She is not playing with us. We're literally there from 11 to 5, and we're planning. And it's very eye-opening because you look at your work in a different light when it's under this type of microscope, and you really focus in on things that you didn't really know were there. Like I'm not learning literary devices. I'm actually using them. So all those years of high school education and all that, all them English classes are really starting to catch up with me, and I'm trying to pull from it and utilize these devices and how to make them applicable to being an actor.
Right.
So that is, and I'm up against Slangston Hughes and Black Chakra and Lady Breon, and these are phenomenal spoken word artists. I have to bring it as an actor and not seem like I'm the lazy one in the bunch. But it's been a phenomenal week so far.
Right.
Also, so just for happenstance, today I think our brains were fried. We really were. It's hot all week. And we were in there, and it was kind of like after lunch, and like, what are we going to do? And we found this website, like, what is your Wu-Tang name?
Right.
And it's crazy because we found out in researching it that Childish Gambino got his name, Childish Gambino, from the Wu-Tang name generator.
Right.
And my name is Arrogant Conqueror.
Arrogant Conqueror.
Arrogant Conqueror. So if you put your name in to this site, it generates your name. So you can use I use my real name. And it was really funny. So we all have these names now in our small Dumont group. And it really is hilarious. I'm going to just say it's hilarious. Because
What's the name of that website?
I'm going to share it with you. If you go to the Artist Exchange radio show page, it should be up in a couple minutes, as I did a scheduled post. So so when we come back from the break, I want people to call in 410-702-5657 and tell us, what is your Wu-Tang name? Follow the link, share it, and call in. Tell us what your Wu-Tang name is. It's very interesting. I was putting in people's names, so I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all names were yet, because I kind of put in both y'all names already. So Eric's was kind of funny, but and it's really interesting because it kind of like denotes not necessarily who you are, but probably the image that people have of you.
Right.
It kind of is very close to, I've been accused of being very arrogant. I'm not, I'm confident. It's a fine line. But I'm just very confident. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But the link will be up on the Artist Exchange radio show page. It should be up there already as a post with the link in, and you just follow the link. You type in whatever name you want. You can do your first name, do your last name, do your first and last name, whatever your nickname. But it generates your Wu-Tang name. And some of the ones that my fellow teachers got today, it was hilarious. So I enjoyed it. I wanted to share it with our listeners. Today is about hot topics. We don't have any guests today. Miss Cara may stop by, but we don't have any guests today. So definitely call in. Talk to us, 410-702-5657. In the next segment, we'll be playing a clip from the 20th anniversary of Love Jones. It's actually this year. And they have had a panel discussion. They kind of met up and did kind of like a Q&A, talk back kind of thing to celebrate their 20th year. So they'll be playing in the second segment. So listen to it, take some heed to it. And I've been around 4 or 5 poets at any given time this whole week, like literally all week long. I've been in a room straight 11 to 5 with 4 poets. So I've been hearing a lot of poetry, a lot of like just information on poetry. So I kind of got in the mood. And then I remembered I actually like Love Jones, and I was doing some research for the Day Show, and that popped up. So definitely take a look at it. It's like a 20-minute clip of their conversation, and it follows. It has a couple different ones, but the one you hear is the director talking about Love Jones. Right. And Love Jones kind of sparked the whole spoken word vibe across the country, and it is here in Baltimore is a phenomenal experience because we have so many different poetry nights and events and open mics and slams and all that. So definitely take a look at it, celebrate it, share it out, help support them, and share such an event. And like I said, Baltimore has we have a youth poetry slam team, we have adults poetry slam team, and they always win. Like I think the adult team is number 1 in the country right now.
Wow.
Like I said, they just won the chicken fried
They be
poetry slam.
So they be traveling when they do the poetry?
Yeah, they travel to a lot of different states. I don't know how far they've reached. I know Lady Breon just did like a stint in another country, like the UK.
That's pretty far to reach, right?
But they win a lot. They go to these competitions, and I follow them a lot. And they have some younger individuals, like the young man Grimm, phenomenal performer. Like I like poetry, but poetry is private and personal to me. But watching them, I try to get out to as many slams and open mics as I can to be able to see them. But phenomenal, all of them are. I went to school with Slangston. Phenomenal. His mind is just like, he's one of like those crazy, shy, quiet, but like geniuses. When he get on stage, like he turns into a wholly different person. But again, I've been around poets all week long, so I need to do something that's not word based this weekend. So actually this weekend I'm trying to go out. If you don't know who Big Frida is, Big Frida is from New Orleans. He is a phenomenal performer, like in that style and genre of music from Bounce, from that community. I just like his energy. I watched his reality show. Funny, very giving, very open, and he just did like a duet with Beyonce at some point.
Oh wow!
So he'll be here this weekend, and I don't get out. I'm not a festival type of person, so it has to be somebody that I want to go see performing before I go out to any type of festival. But the GLCCB, I think that's the Gay Lesbian Community Center, is putting on like this huge festival. But Big Frida will be there Saturday, so I'll be going there and quickly going back home because I don't do heat, I don't do crowds, and I'm going home and sit under the AC. But Big Frida will be in town this weekend, so I'm trying to possibly get a 1-2 step interview, maybe possibly, you never know.
Right.
And tomorrow, actually, on the Artist Exchange show will be a interview with 2 authors from the African American Authors Expo and Empowerment Expo. African American Authors and Empowerment Expo at Morgan State University this coming August, and they will be there here tomorrow. So we have 2 of the authors, 2 young ladies that are representing them tomorrow. So that'll be the 3rd Saturday of every month for the summer. We'll be interviewing a few authors from that expo. The 2nd Saturday is still TJ Transvision Bates, and the 1st Saturday is still Artist Compound. This past month we've had some construction going on in the building, so the show hasn't gone on, but starting next month we'll have them here in the building. So definitely look forward to that. What did you do this weekend? We got a couple minutes. I know I just talked for like 10 minutes straight.
I know. Pretty much this weekend, it's just been like a life experience for me.
A life experience?
Just like far as just dealing with people. So
I mean, you're like 40 some years old right now. So
I'm not no 40. Don't y'all listen to him, man. I'm not no 40 something. Like I'm kind of close, but I'm not 40 something.
Life lessons are good, but you can't let them get the best of you.
No, I learned from it.
them.
It actually was a stepping stone for me. So right now, basically, I've just been really concentrating on me. Focusing on just getting things I need to get together as far as just my acting career and like I'm trying to work with Sherry as far as the publicist.
Okay.
And also, I've just been,
You said you're trying to work with who?
She was here.
Oh, okay, Sherry.
Sherry Woods. So I'm trying to actually work with her as well.
Okay.
So pretty much I've just been, just reevaluating a lot of things and just getting things in order. Good.
So we'll be taking a break shortly, but we'll be back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Don't forget to look us up on the website, www.beexposedradio.com. You can find us at the Artist Exchange Radio Show fan page, the radio show page, and the group page on Facebook. So definitely hit us up. Share us, like us, tell everybody about the show, add people to the invite. If you're looking at the Facebook Live, definitely add people to it. Share it out. Thank you. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Peace out.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit fanify.com.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or in different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Well, I mean, we tried to bring, we tried a creative team and a cast that was as good as I could, being somebody who it was the first movie, so I had no reputation to fall back on, no other work to show, to get people excited about working with me. It was like, I'm just a guy. So I did the best I could in assembling these fantastic people and got lucky that this particular group of people fell into the orbit of this movie. It was completely accidental, just the movie gods kind of smiled.
The movie gods and Robbie Reed.
And as well, we should shout out Robbie Reed.
Where's
He's
Robbie?
out there. Robbie. Robbie's out there somewhere. Robbie Reed, the most important black casting director in the history of cinema. Hi, Robbie Reed! Who is responsible for everybody you know. Now, Robbie brought me, Lorenz and Nia came to me from Helena, Lorenz from the studio, and then Robbie brought everybody else. Brought me Isaiah and Bill and Lisa, and Leonard and Bernadette came to me in Chicago. They were cast in Chicago by Jane Alderman. But Robbie brought this middle part of the cast right here that I would not have been. I was very fortunate that Robbie decided to cast it.
It's kind of cool watching a movie. It's kind of like it's like this reunion of everybody who was kind of like a part of this thing, these iconic faces. And I forgot how so many of the scenes are these 8 characters, and you cut to a reaction, and you just get so much life. Again, as I heard in the auditorium, all this life given from all these faces up here. But I wanted to talk to Lorenz first, because I read this article that, you know, when the financing came together, it was contingent upon you in a certain way. And when I was doing the research, I looked back at it, I was like, oh yeah, it went from O-Dog to Darius. And again, I remember walking in the cinema and be like, that ain't O-Dog, you know? But clearly it was. So talk to me about, you know, the script coming to you and where you were in your career at that point and what it was like just to step into this character.
Ted, do you want to tell my version of your...
You tell your version,
truth,
and I'll correct you.
Speak your truth,
You are
bro.
all such
Yeah,
good
he's gonna-
friends, very honest up here. Go, Lorenz. You tell your version.
Well, Ted, you correct me. No, yeah, I guess the studio was pretty interested in working with me. I had done Minister Society.
He still auditioned. Sorry, I just...
Okay. Audition. Kind of true. However it was, I'm just very fortunate to have been next to Miss Neil Long. Audition, testing, whatever it was laid out as. But
you don't call it audition at that level. You call it a screen test.
Screen test. Okay.
Feel nice.
Yeah. I'm humble. Listen, I will screen test with you right now.
Me too. Want
Yes.
to do it? Part 2.
Part 2. Screen tested. No, listen, when the script came to me, you know, I'm always looking for new challenges and something that would be different. And over my career, as I look back, you know, I don't typically have like sort of a one kind of movie that, you know, that I gravitate towards, different roles. I don't have the same move, if you will. And this was something that I thought would be kind of cool. I love the idea that these people spoke differently to each other. I love the idea that, you know, it was romantic. And at the same time, it was going to be in Chicago, and we hadn't really seen anything in my hometown quite like it. So I was able to get a chance to spend some time with Ted. I wanted to have a meeting of minds. He's from Chicago. And we had 2 sort of different points of views about who Darius was. But as I got to know him and to really commit to what the journey would be, you know, every step of the way, you know, he and I had tit for tat, but I'm very appreciative to him opening me up in my mind to a character that I hadn't played before. You know, there were things that sometimes I would be a little resistant about. The vulnerability, I think, is the thing that I was fighting against. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't used to characters being as vulnerable as Darius, and I think it was important to show us as men being vulnerable, and I thank you for that. So that was my biggest tug of war. It wasn't about women and all that other stuff. It really was about just being vulnerable. And as I look back on it, and as I am in my own personal life, how vulnerable, you know, I can be, I think it was really, really important for us, for the world to see, and for the culture. So thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I want to hear a woman's perspective on what it was like to make this film, because so much of it hinges on the relationship between the two of you, both the story that's being told, but also the way y'all look at one another. So what was it like for you to step into this part? Because it was different for you at this time in your career as well.
I mean, I was relatively still very new to the business, and I hadn't proven myself to be able to open a movie. And it didn't open so big, but thank God now you guys have all followed us, and it's become a cult classic. And you know, I always say that this film was before its time. Black people were so excited to see ourselves like this. But I think when the film was released, because there was no formulaic process to follow, it sort of got lost as this hidden gem. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because we're all here today celebrating. And that, to me, when you have staying power and the story is relevant and we are able to give ourselves permission to show Black love on film, then I feel like I did my job.
Yes.
And had the movie done
huge,
crazy, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah.
You know.
It's true. But also for me, I read the script and I thought, wow, this is amazing. I'm from Brooklyn. My father's a poet. My mother's a fine artist. So this world was very familiar to me. And when I look back on all the women that I've played in this beautiful career and these wonderful opportunities, Nina is probably the most like myself. And so when I couldn't sit through the movie, I was gonna cry, like literally, because it touches me in such a deep way. And the only disappointment I have is that we have not seen a film like this since.
I remember, again, at the time of my life when I saw this film for the first time in theaters, I bought my ticket. I just remember seeing your relationship, your marriage, and I thought it was portrayed in such a complex way. And I hadn't seen that, you know. And I think there's something about the role you play in this film that stands outside.
Hey, what's up? This is Nate back on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. That was a brief snippet of the panel discussion that they were having. You heard Nia Long, what's his name? I cannot remember his name. The other gentleman, lead actor in Love Jones. That was kind of a panel discussion with the director and all the castmates were there for that movie. If you go to the page, you'll be able to pull it up and you'll be able to see the entire interview. And then there's snippets of specific questions that were asked by the panel, to the panel, and from the audience. So we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Join the club that gives you stuff. Hey, thanks! Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to the Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, you know, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, I mean, people, we all have issues, but people who, like, want you to help them through their issues, you know? So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, you know, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. It's your host, me, Nate Couser. Something's going on with Facebook and Facebook Live. I don't know what's going on, but it'll be up and running hopefully tomorrow. But you could find us by going to the website at www.beexposedradio.com, or when you go to the website, you can either click on the YouTube link and you'll see the video playing already, or you can go to listen live and you'll just hear the audio. You can also go to Radio Loyalty or the TuneIn app and be able to listen to us anytime as well. But you can also go to the YouTube page, go to Be Exposed Radio, and we'll be up live. You can watch us and say hello to us and everything. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Damonn Hull. I say Hull.
Yes.
We are, today is a free topic day. We have a couple of conversation pieces that we'll be starting. One being, what is your Wu-Tang name? Mine was Arrogant Conqueror. What's yours?
Irate Destroyer.
Irate Destroyer?
Irate Destroyer.
That sounds kind of rough.
I know, right?
Irate Destroyer. That's kind of harsh.
I know, right?
That means you're a savage on the inside, sir. Get that together. At some point, Eric's going to tell us what he has said, but he's busy working right now, so he doesn't have time for us mere radio show personalities.
Right.
But this week, I've been able to talk with some artists. So I've been in an artist in a room with this 4 artists all week long.
Right.
So you already know it was some interesting conversations. A lot of laughing and joking, but a lot of deep conversation.
Right.
And I won't share everything because everything ain't for everybody, but we had some great conversations about the role of artists in community and what our responsibility is to the community that we serve, that we live in, that we take resources from. What then becomes your responsibility? And today's topic is actually A.C.T.O.R. It's the acronym for actor. Our contribution to our roots is what that means. And that came up in our conversation because each one of us had to create an acronym for what we're doing. So mine was our a commitment to our roots. I had to think about how you spell it real quick. A commitment to our roots. So that's the one we came up for, that I came up for acting, the theater workshop. And it was kind of crazy because I didn't really think, that much about it. And that's the one that kind of came out. And as an actor, as an artist, I feel very strongly about my responsibility to help other people see a better way of caring about each other, about communicating with each other by way of my talents.
Right.
I feel as though my talents are there for that reason. I'm a great listener. I've been able to help a lot of people just by talking to them. And the arts are a bunch of great tools to helping you move through life and get through life in a way that it's not as hard as if you're not doing it creatively. Just as simple as that. The arts definitely help to add kind of a filter
Right.
over life that you wouldn't necessarily see.
Right.
And it helps take down kind of the bitterness that life can sometimes throw our way. As an artist, I've learned how to be very creative with very little and a lot.
Right.
So that's kind of the topic today. So call in 410-702-5657 and tell us what your responsibility is to your community. If you're an artist, how do you use your art to help the next person? So I'll ask that question to you first, Mr. Hall.
Well, when you were saying actor, when you gave your acronym, mine was act consistently through our revelation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the things we go through, you know, just I put into acting, you know, like we just gotta act out. Like we pretty much, if we're going through something, you know, we gotta act it out in our head. So we have to, you know, find a way, or you know, just do the steps that's properly that you need to take and whatnot. So that's pretty much like what I got out of it.
And it's really like for me, I don't do any work or any plays that don't speak to me as a person. That does not. I don't do any work any longer that does not speak to who I am and what I want and my values. If I'm not doing anything that's going to degrade me or any group of people, I refuse to do that type of work. I did that type of work, not a lot, maybe one or two pieces that because it paid me at the time or got me in front of somebody that I wanted to be in front of, but those relationships didn't last. You know, that money is gone at this point, so it didn't have any long-lasting effects on me, and I really don't want to do that anymore because it doesn't leave me feeling better, or it doesn't give me anything more than I had when I started. So that's kind of my responsibility to my craft, my artistry, is giving back to those individuals that I'm blessed to have them cross my path. Being in this, during the summer camp this year, it really helped me to focus in on all that my art can be, and not just the face value of me learning lines, getting on stage, reciting them, picking up my check and going home. Or even on the side of instructing somebody. It's more than just the face value of talent. Like what are people walking away with when they see me or hear me do what it is that I do?
Are you leaving them with something pretty much?
Am I leaving you with something opposed to just taking something away from you?
I don't want you to encounter me and leave with an empty mind. At least let something stain your mind, you know. I want to leave something that has you thinking. Or that can have like, you know what? That is right. You know, he was right. Like, you know, if I go this way, I can do this, and if I go that way, I can do that. You know.
And I haven't done, as far as summer camps, I haven't done any art summer camps in a very long time. The last one I did was kind of me helping somebody out at the last minute, and I did not last. I did like a shorter workshop period, and the one before that, it was so draining because it was something that I created. And I thought I put all good intentions in it. And it really, it took a lot out of me because I was there the week before school, the week after school closed up until the week before school opened up. And I had about 25 students from 5 to 18. It was more than that, but those were the core members of it. Sometimes children only stay half the time, and it was a lot. But it taught me a lot about this perseverance because everybody who said they was going to help didn't show up. And the one good ally that I did have came in half day. So it was still, it really helped out, but it was me there a lot of the time. And it made me focus on what I wanted to give to them because I couldn't give them everything because I was being drained. So what could I give them and what could I offer this situation? And it helped me to stay away from summer camps for a very long time because you really have to be prepared for that because it's a daily job. Like, and you're doing more than what you're there to do. Like you're a counselor, you're a nurse, you a pastor sometimes. Like it's a lot that goes on. It's a lot that goes into it, and you have to really, especially when you're working with children. And being an artist working with children, you really have to be sensitive to all that they need. Like, and you can't be one-sided, the business side of it versus the education side. Like, you have to be in tune with what they want and what's going on with them, because a lot of times children act out. So there is other stuff going on. So it's not just they don't want to participate that day. Something could be wrong. It's not like an adult where, you know, it could just be residual stuff that's going on. Like, for child, it's normally something that's going on in that moment. So how do you address it without making a scene or making it about that thing and still accomplishing what you need to accomplish? So it should be fun, interesting.
Very interesting.
Right. Especially with this planning process, is really giving me the tools that I need and the preparation that I need.
Right.
But going back to as an artist, what do you put into the communities that you serve? What are you leaving? Because we take a lot of ticket sales, we sell a lot of products, a lot of services are being rendered. Like, what do you put back? So there's a hole missing. Once you do all that taking, there's a hole there. So how do you fill that hole, or how do you tend to that hole that you've created? And the hole isn't a bad thing, because we have to earn money. We have to earn notoriety for what we do. That's a part of the business of it. Right. But what are you putting back into it? Are you volunteering your time? Are you teaching people to do what it is that you do? So it's a legacy that you're leaving behind. Right. Like, what are you putting into it? So I would love to hear the responses from individuals about that.
I have like a small story. It's not my story. It's actually about one of my friends. Her name is Naomi B. She actually just recently did a music video, and it's called Break Free. And I was watching it, and it's pretty much talking about human trafficking. Okay. And she's just actually pretty much spreading the word out there, like, you know, that it's real. Because after, you know, looking up human trafficking, I took some notes, and it says human trafficking is like $150 billion industry annually. Right. And an estimate of 2.5 million people around the world are snared by this web at any point in time. So, you know, I just want to say, you know, if y'all really want to, like, just go look at the music video. It's called Break Free by Naomi B.
Naomi B.
You know, it's produced by Micah Smith and mixed and mastered by Stephen Holness. Like, it's a real good message in the video. Like, I don't want to tell y'all all about it, because I want y'all to see it for yourselves. And she's actually just out there, you know, she's grinding, she's working, she's a songwriter, she's an artist. She's an everything. She's just nice with the music, and also she's just actually getting the word out there and just letting people know and just be aware of what's going on in our surroundings. So.
She's been here on the show a number of times, and she performed. I used to do this, or not used to, but it's kind of on hold now. It's a thing called the C Baltimore tour, and she was one of the first performers that we had on that tour. She's a phenomenal, not just a singer, but just an individual. She has a great heart for what she does.
She does.
Like, you have to have a lot of patience, but you have to be very focused.
Right.
And she's very focused on her talent, her gifts, and what she has to give to her public. So it's definitely something that I think you should hear. And I've heard a snippet of it, and it's really good. And I just know her talent, so I just know it's going to be phenomenal.
I worked with her on another project. Actually, it was A.C.T.O.R. It was for I Survived. It was for people that went through sexual assault and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it was just pretty much another time showing awareness and letting people know, you know, like, you know, you can speak out. You know, you're not the only one that's been through this, you know, or has encountered this type of situation. And she was actually a part of that project as well. And you know, everything went very, very great.
That's a topic that you know, it's kind of sensitive for certain people that are listening. Well, I'm not gonna say that came out wrong. It's a very serious topic that a lot of people are not taking seriously, and it's something that I've spoken out on before, and it really leaves people to. It's something that the conversation is something that happens in many different veins, but I think people need to understand the severity of it and what it does to individuals that don't tend to it.
Right. Like the long-term effects of it.
Right.
Short-term, the mental.
And it really puts you in a different place. And not to bring up Monique every time I do the show now, but I'm listening to her story and I can see she's not healed from what happened to her. I don't care how much positivity somebody says, and I'm not bashing her because it's something serious, because I hear it in a lot of other people that I've known that have gone through sexual assault or rape or molestation. I hear it. Like you have to learn how to let go. Right. And not blame yourself, not be a victim, but definitely learn how to forgive and move on, because your life won't be the same. Your life and the lives of the people that you interact with on a daily basis won't be the same. I was listening to the Breakfast Club a couple weeks ago, and there was a young man. I can't remember it was a sports figure. His son had been raped as an adult. And the thing about it was, because he identifies himself as being gay, it was a joke to the two male hosts of that show. And I thought that was so tacky, because they were two black men, both who have children. Right. And had it been one of their children, we would probably be hearing about a story where they've been arrested or for killing somebody. Right. But the fact that you would laugh at another grown man for going through something like that, it was humiliating for me to watch that. And I wasn't even one talking about it. And the gentleman, Charlemagne, and the other DJ, they were laughing about it. And I remember Charlemagne made a statement that it's easier for a gay guy, to go through that than it would be if he was a straight guy. Because because he already sleeps with guys, it wouldn't be that much of a shock, or it wouldn't be as something that it wouldn't be as embarrassing to that man if he was already gay as it would be if he was straight. And my question I typed on that message, and I'm quite sure they overlooked it, and it was so many other messages in it. But my question to him was, what if this was you? What if somebody, and took your booty, as he said? Like, what if that happened to you? What would you do? Like, he was like, and his remarks came because the young man spoke up about it. And he would say, if it was any straight man, they wouldn't have spoke up about it. They wouldn't have said anything about it. Now, he has a platform to be able to reach thousands upon thousands of people. So whether you have that type of fan base or not, like, saying something is definitely important, because you can prevent the next person from being a victim of that person. Right. And put in that situation. It's a young lady in California. She has an organization called Say Something. And I interviewed her maybe a year and a half ago. And on air, I shared my experience as a child going through that. And family members who were listening to it had a reverse reaction to it. And they were more upset that I never said anything than they were that it actually happened. And I think when people hear stuff like that, they take the wrong approach. Right. And the last thing that they concerned about is the well-being of the person that it happened to. Right. It doesn't matter where I was. It doesn't matter who it was. It doesn't matter when it was. It happened. Right. And I've been able to, as an adult, to find ways to clean that out of my system and let go. Because I just detached myself from it. I never even let it follow me. But I just detached myself from that moment. And a lot of people aren't able to do that in the way that I did it. So I'm very thankful and I'm very blessed that it happened that way. But a lot of people don't understand the severity of something like that, and how some people, they go their whole lives being attached. I have an aunt who it happened to her by another cousin of ours, and she has never let it go. And I've seen her reaction to people. Her relationships have been strained with men, with women, with family members.
It's crazy that normally that stuff happens normally through a family member. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad thing about it.
Children, and they were both children. And it happens like that a lot.
Right.
But who's to say he wasn't touched?
Right.
And it's not to take away blame or put blame on anything, but it happens. So now what do you do? And I'm very sensitive about this case that's happening. Not to sidebar, but I'm very sensitive about this case. So we're going to talk more about this and other topics when we come back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. If you're trying to find us, or if you already found us, definitely share out the link. You can watch us live on YouTube as well as Facebook will be up tomorrow. We just having a couple glitches, but it'll be all fixed very soon. But definitely follow us on Facebook, our Artist Exchange page, the Artist Exchange Radio Show page. If you are an artist or entrepreneur, well, mainly an artist, you can follow our group, the Artist Exchange. Look for the Artist Exchange banner on the top of it. And post your upcoming events, your flyers, so on and so forth. Share your work, communicate with the artists that are in the group. It's artists from all over the world in that group. So definitely take a moment to like both of the pages and stay updated with what's going on. You can also go to our Be Exposed Radio Show page and like that page so you'll get the updates on all the latest stuff that's going on with the station. The radio show page, the Artist Exchange radio show page, keeps you up to date with the stuff that's going on with the show. This summer, some awesome things are happening. We'll be out more. We'll be doing some things. I'll be talking with my team shortly about some projects that are coming up. Definitely take heed to the people that are around you. We're going to finish the conversation that we were having in the last segment, but just a sidebar real quick. Take heed and be aware of the people that are around you.
Yes.
Be mindful of the people that you let in your space. Be mindful of the opportunities that you take advantage of, and you don't respect. Don't be in something if you can't give your time to it, because you only make the job of the people who are working a lot harder. Really be mindful, and not so much be mindful of the decisions you make, because they have an effect not on only you but the people you connected with. So be very mindful of those things. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, I was just piggybacking off what you're saying. Just be mindful who you bring in your circle and who you hang around, because if you be around that, you will become that.
Yep.
You know? So
Very
you gotta
soon.
be a product of your environment. So be around positive people. Be around millionaires. You know, be around people that's doing what you're trying to do, or what you're trying to become, or where you're trying to get to. So you can actually start making those moves, and that's that motivation to get.
And before all that happens, because even being in a room with a millionaire, if you don't have a millionaire mindset, it doesn't work.
See, I would say, if they don't have a millionaire mindset, they wouldn't have been in the room in the first place.
No, they don't. I'm being very honest with you. They don't. That's not necessarily true. Just attaching yourself to something that you want is not even half the battle. You're creating a battle for yourself, because now not only do I need to catch up to where these people are, but you have to have a level of fake about yourself, because you're not prepared to be there. And in most cases, most people who do those things attach themselves, or tailcoating or coattailing. It really does do you a disjustice, because now you're ruining yourself for these people that, if you would have prepared yourself and worked a little bit harder, once you got into a room with them, you would have been able to hold your own. Now you can't. And it's very, that's something that I think is a misconception that a lot of us are taught, that I have to align myself with somebody better than me in order to make this work. But guess what? You're the lowest on that totem pole at that point.
Right.
And you're looked at as the moment weight has to be dropped, you're that person. Because we're saying it about the people who are beneath where we are. Like, I have to watch who's around me, because if you're not where I'm at, then you're adding weight. But what are these people that are in that atmosphere that you want to be in? What do you think they're thinking about you? You're dead weight to them. So I'm not opposed to networking and putting yourself out there, but be prepared to be in these rooms. I have a lot of associates and friends and people I work with that they have that mindset. You know, they don't work with anybody that can't take them to another level. But what level can you take me to?
Right.
You're not at a point where you can take somebody to another level. So how dare you, dismiss somebody for not being able to give you what you can't give yourself in this moment. Those are the issues that I have in putting people. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. Great, have a nice life, enjoy it. But I really have an issue with people, and I've had that issue for a number of years, with people who only are around me for what they can give. And once that thing has dried up, or I can no longer give it, then they move on. And that happens in life. Sometimes that's what people are meant to be, for me to give you. But you've taken the resources and you haven't returned anything. You haven't put anything back. You haven't put any of your resources in this thing, and you run off the moment it becomes work for you. And that's where I'm at. And it's not even coming from a bitter place. It's just me being able to regurgitate what I've seen over the years. And putting yourself in a place with people who are movers and shakers don't mean you go move or you go shake. It's not.
Or is it the individual's mindset?
A mindset is great, but what are you doing? You can have all the imaginations and thought and faith in the world, but if you're not acting on it, you dreaming. You might as well just go lay down and go to sleep and complete that dream, because that's what you're doing at that point.
See, but I believe if you're in that meeting, you should have the mindset to actually put in it. I don't think you would just be in there just to eat it.
But I'm gonna tell you,
if I dragged you in there, like, all right, you don't want to be in there.
But a mindset only takes you but so far. It doesn't even get you in the door. I'm just being real honest from what I've seen in my experience. It may work for different people, but in my experience, having a mindset, it has to be who you are.
Right.
A mindset is normally, when people say mindset, is normally something that they put on, like a piece of clothing, like a jacket. You putting this mindset on because it's not really what you're doing in your life. What are you doing to make these people in this room look at you any differently? You don't have the money that they have, so what are you bringing to the table other than an idea that they're going to probably take from you because they have the money to finance it? So you're giving people your ideas, i.e. your mindset, and you're not able to do anything with it yourself. You know, you want somebody to basically be Santa Claus. You know, that's what a lot of people that put themselves in that, they're looking for a payday. They're looking for an opportunity that they can give to themselves, and that's fine. But what can you bring to the table? What can you bring to the table? You know, I just don't subscribe to that notion of just putting yourself in a space because everybody else in there has the ability to do X, Y, and Z. That's just not where I'm at.
Right.
And I mean, you may think something else about it, and that's, you know, I respect everybody's opinion. I really do. But me personally, I want to see what you're doing.
Right.
You know, and anybody that I help now, I need to see what you're doing. Like, I need to see what you're doing in the process, or this doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, I've gone too long with pulling a train full of people who was waiting for what I had to make them jump off. You know, and I don't do that anymore, and I don't put myself in a space where I'm waiting for somebody to do that. You know, when I sit in a room and I'm talking and I'm, you know, meeting with somebody, I have something to bring to the table. I don't come to a meeting. I don't ask for a meeting. I don't accept a meeting if I don't have anything to offer. And that's just where I'm at. We all have to eat, and I'm no longer going to help somebody else eat, and I'm not eating, you know, figuratively speaking. But it really does. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely have two different opinions on that one.
It is. I mean, and I get where you're coming from. I've been there before, so I get. I have a friend now, and I'm not saying this is who you are. I have a friend, and she is constantly doing those marketing strategy organizations.
Right.
Meaning they have this awesome product that's phenomenal that everyone's gonna buy is gonna buy it, and it's gonna make me so much money. And every time she joins another one, she calls me, and I tell her the same thing. That ain't for me.
Right.
That ain't for me. If it doesn't have anything to do with me being an artist or doing the type of work that I like to do, it ain't happening.
So that's like pitting your like. When you say that, like, I'll think like pretty much the same thing as like surrounding yourself with the things you like to do or the people that's in the industry. So
like if the people in my circle, if they just so happen to be millionaires, they millionaires.
Right.
But their money does not make me.
I know their money doesn't. I'm saying like for us, that money don't make us. I'm just saying for us, but it's that also like you'll have that like it'll motivate you more. But even still, it's like how can I say when you say like bring to the table? What I'm bringing to the table is myself. You know.
But who are you? What is that?
Like,
what is yourself?
Like, if I'm really sitting down, I will bring like the whole package. Like this is what I offer.
So I'm about to go down to Phillips right now and be like, give me X, Y, and Z. When that bill come, I'm like, hey, this is who I am. Like that can't pay for this meal right now.
But that's different. Like that's the run. I'm like, if you in a meeting with that, but you should. Like,
but that's the same process because you're coming there looking for a blank check.
No, I'm not looking for a blank check.
That mindset crew is looking for a blank check.
Right.
Whereas though you know what you offer.
Right.
And you know what you're worth.
Right.
And you're also looking at what these individuals offer and what they're worth and how can we work together. Right. I don't want anybody to do anything for me. I'm not looking for mine. You got to talk into the mic. Make sure you use your mic.
Can you hear me now?
And figuring out what. One thing, I don't ask for meetings from anybody if I'm not prepared to work in that moment.
Right.
I am not sitting down to have a meeting about planning something later on. I'm not doing that. And a lot of my friends don't work with me because they know when they sit down and meet with me, we about to start working tomorrow. So if you're not ready to start working tomorrow, hey, don't meet with me.
So what if you
and
get
these are friends.
So if you get in a movie deal, right, and you have a meeting with you, and they say, hey, look, we want you in this movie. We got to line everything up like that, but we're going to start filming this later on.
Call me when you're ready.
But we have to talk to you to get everything together.
Call me. What do we have to talk about other than you trying to tell me saying yes? Other than that's an audition right there. That's an audition. So that goes with the preparation. So me auditioning means you're about to make a decision on whether you want me or not, right?
Oh, no. They already got you, but now.
So what am I auditioning for?
Well, we know it's a meeting. We have to actually get this planned.
What are we planning? What are we planning?
To be here.
What are we planning?
We have to plan on this trip to go here to such and such.
What do you need me to
go to locations? And we have to also get
I'm
your
gonna tell you where
dates because we have this lined up. So we need to know what's going on later on down the line. So we have to.
See, that's phrases that I look later on down the line. Stuff like that.
Not later on down the line, my fault.
Yeah, but see, I listen to words. I listen to what people say. Later on down the line means you don't have everything in order. It means simply you don't have anything in order. You're trying to figure out when I'm available.
So no, not like right. So, all right, we're shooting this date, the 24th. We'll start shooting. That's okay. My fault. Let's say we're shooting 2 months from now on the 24th.
So what are we meeting about?
We have to have these meetings.
What are we having meetings for?
You gotta stay updated, bro.
Oh, on what? What did we stay updated on?
What's going on and see how you're coming and see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing or the assignments that we gave you to do as far as your body regimens or if you're training and see if you're still doing that and stuff like that.
So during this meeting, are you telling me how much you're paying me for? Am I being paid for these meetings? Am I being paid? I'm being honest, and for me, it's not about money.
Right.
It's really honestly not about the money because I love being an artist full time. But I'm gonna tell you, I listen to words, and what you're planning because I'm not an executive producer of this. I'm not funding this, so I don't need to be in on those meetings. You gave me these things that I need to do for your movie. I'm doing those things. You can call me and check up on, hey, well, how's everything going? Yeah, it's going good. I'm doing, did that. Yep, doing that right now. So have a nice day. I don't need to be in any meeting.
What if they don't want no phone call conversation? Like I want to see you in person. You're
then I can tell you where I'm at.
And they come to you.
You want me,
right?
And this is why I am on this journey with Monique right now. I really honestly
they want
am.
you, but if they still paying for you, like all right, we're gonna get you to us. Just we need you here. So we be in this meeting.
Okay, that's what I'm getting to the money of it.
I mean, you're still getting paid, but I'm just saying.
And that's what I'm talking about. So so when I meet with you this time, and then we meet again, if nothing has changed and we're just doing a checklist check, no, I'm not doing that. That's a waste of my time. Because you're paying me to do what? You're wasting your money by paying me to keep having checkup meetings when nothing has changed. And I'm at a point right now where we have to be, I'm not a rusher. I plan out things that I want to do. But trust and believe, before I say, hey, Damonn, let's have this meeting, I want to talk about X. And we've had these meetings. And I'll tell you things that I want to do. But I'm working on those things. So when you talk to me again, I'm giving you dates. I'm giving you times. I'm giving you X, Y, Z. And for me, I'm not where I want to be at this point. And I'm getting to that point. But I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I'm definitely not trying to have my time wasted. So when you want to meet, I'm ready to work. I don't do these projections. I give people dates when I'm ready to work. And then I can tell in people's faces like, well, let's talk about this again. Nope. Because you weren't serious. Because we already had this conversation about what I wanted to do. And you agreed to it. So what's the problem? Did you not, like when somebody used to tell you, you know, you say, well, what you doing on Saturday?
Right.
I don't know yet. I got to figure that out. Well, I'm telling you that this is happening. Well, let me just see what comes up. Nope. I'm not waiting to see what comes up. Because you may get a better opportunity and leave me high and dry. So, I'll tell you how it was on Saturday. That's just where I'm I have to be that person now because I've been stagnant in other people's stuff way too long. And I get it and I understand it and I'm there for it. I really am. But I'm not that person anymore. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not going to I'm not waiting. That's just it. No more extra words. I'm not gonna have planning meetings about planning what's next. I think that is ridiculous. Think about what you want to do. Come to the meeting. I share my plan. You share your plans. We have a critical, analysis session. Okay, this is why it worked. This is okay. So, by the end of that meeting, okay, we're gonna meet on this time, and these things that we had issues with, we're gonna clear that up. And when we come back, we're gonna have this stuff accomplished, and we're gonna be ready to do this. I'm not a ready, set, go type of person, but when you say you want to do something, I'm like, okay. I had a meeting scheduled for Monday. I said, come to me if you're ready. I know you're serious. And it's not the first time it happened. I messaged this person today. I said, hey, we supposed to have a meeting Monday. What happened? Oh, emergency gig. So that's fine. Get your money. But communicate. Open your mouth. And a lot of times when people want to do, they know what business looks like. But they don't really know what it takes to be in business. And for me, I'm not like CEO of some Fortune 500 yet. But at the same time, I don't waste people's time. And I see too many artists doing that. They all about the volume of what they're doing. And the quality of what they want to do suffers. And I listen a lot more now. And when I hit, like I heard you say that, down the line. Nope. Because that means you ain't got nothing in order and you're waiting for something to come. Let it come. You don't have to rush and do everything. Sometimes things take time. But you don't need to be having meetings about stuff you're not ready to work on right now. We can have a conversation, an informal conversation about stuff that you want. I do that a lot with people just to bounce ideas off of me and the other person. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. Because then you start brainstorming. That's why this week has been very interesting to me because I never looked at being a teaching artist in this way. And it will add more value to me as a teaching artist because now I have this skill set. But had I been like, I ain't doing that, I would have cut myself off from something.
Right.
And I'm not doing that anymore. I just know what I want. And I just know I'm going to get it. And I understand and I'm not saying your idea is here and mine's here. I know why you're saying that. And I get because I'm starting to understand who you are. But at the same time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be, I'm not going to go around the country because you can afford to bring me around the country. What am I going there for? What am I, how long am I going to be there? Right. What's going to happen when I get there? I need those questions, and I don't want to wait till we get to the meeting to find that out. And if that's too much for your understanding, hey, you ain't gotta bring me there.
Right.
You ain't gotta come here. But I need to know. And I just don't want to do it. And a lot of my friends don't like to work with me for that reason. I've started a summer camp with no money, with no resources, no real resources, no even plan on how to pay the rent for the space that I was renting out. Because somebody said, hey, I want to do a summer camp. And I was like, okay, that's what you really want to do? This is what I can bring to the table? Let's do it. And when they realized how hard it really was, they left. But I'm not the type of person to quit. I'm not the type of person that to just say, I'm going to do this and then be like, I should have thought it out more. I honestly know I should have thought it out more because some of the things that needed to happen wasn't necessarily there. But we'll be right back. And actually, Damonn to talk this time. So we don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I know that as Nate Couser, I can come across very short with individuals. I respect that about myself because I've worked hard to get to that point. And a lot of people have called me rude and difficult. And I don't ever claim any of those terms because difficult I'm not. Focused I am. Arrogant I'm not. Confident and secure I am. You know, we are in a world where we have grown, insecure adults that are afraid to live out their dreams. And the ones that are willing to step out on faith, they're still hesitant. They're still not able to let go things. Like I openly trust people until you give me a reason not to. You know, I don't know. So I'll let you talk right now.
Oh, no. That's okay. I was listening.
No.
Because it's just like, yeah, I'm taking this all in. You know, this is really good topics that we're actually talking about. So you have to get to a point in taking your life serious where, and not just be, like a lot of the conversations that I try to have on this show is not just for artists, but it's me as my perspective as being an artist. Right.
And it really, you know, I had a really good conversation, and she may not want me to say her name, but I'll say Miss Richbird. I had a really good, interesting conversation with her. And it's stuff that I had already been thinking. And I'll just say, she didn't call me out because I feel like last week's show was about Image is Everything.
Right.
And it really had a lot to do with, I get comfortable. Like, if I could be on vacation every day of my life, I would be.
Right.
And because I can't be, my style, the way I dress, reflects where I really want to be.
So when they say, because I was looking at that when they say women, my fault. Let me rewind this. Okay, I got my words together. All right, when he's talking about image is everything, you know what I'm saying? I do understand when they say image is everything, but then I also think about what about the people that has that gift or has that talent, but that image is not there, you know?
Well, that makes it hard for people to see what you have to offer if they are being distracted by what you look like.
Right, and sometimes I think that's sad that the fact that, you know, a lot of people don't know a person's struggle or what they're going through or why they look the way they do. And I've seen, like, since I've been growing up, and I've seen people that is less fortunate than me, that image wasn't all of that, but they had a heart of gold, and their talent and their ability was amazing. And I look past that, and I'm like, wow, and like, you know, why can't people really?
But you look past it. But at some, I've never seen you looking bummy. I've never seen you come in here disheveled. I've never seen that. So I understand what you just said, but I also see your actions, and it don't match up to me. And I'm a person that understands that you don't always have the best, or you're not as prepared, but it's up to you to get to that point.
Right.
You know, it's really up to you to get to that point. And for me, I just want to take myself to another level, and where I want to go requires for me not to wear my sandals all the time. Like, it's just something that I have to be until I'm at a level where that is my standard, and you need to come into my space being that comfortable. And I have a really good balance of truly being myself. I'm very comfortable in my skin.
Right.
And it's not something that I had to learn how to do, but it's just something that I just always been. From the way I walk, I don't rush. You know, I take my time, and it's just something that is just in me to be. But I do understand. I'm not trying to, like this example from my style, I'm not trying to change my style. I have a really good
Afro-centric style.
Right, it is mine, you know, and it's something that's comfortable for me.
Right.
And it's based on my comfort. But I want to polish it. I want to, you know, make it more ready to go into a meeting with somebody and be taken seriously. You know, I'm not 21 anymore, so I can't keep dressing as if I'm, you know, a freshman in college. You know, and I remember my first art job, he said to me, it was at an African art gallery, and he said to me, you don't have to dress like an artist. Like, that idea of dressing like an artist is not what is necessary. Be comfortable in what you have on, and represent who you are. And now I'm a stickler for that. Like, I really try to focus on not so much am I put together, are you gonna like this, but I'm comfortable in who I am.
That's how I feel like when I dress. If somebody say something about how I look, oh well, I dressed myself. Obviously, I like it.
But what you just said about the person that you would say, well, and I look past that.
No, I'm just saying I was just like a thought that comes to my mind,
But business wise, would you hire that person?
Business? Did he come into my job like that? Like, would I hire him if I can look past that and I can help him clean himself up? That's
my point is that's my point. So you still want to do something to help them get to a specific level for themselves, not necessarily for you, but for themselves. So their whole package is together, and there's nothing wrong with that. When we see those things and we have the ability to help, we should offer that,
right?
Without feeling any kind of way or without, some people don't care. Oh, that's what you. Yeah, I'm just gonna go this. I'm gonna go.
No,
with
if that's
over
them
here.
personally, like if they dressing like that, and they can afford something better to wear and to be presentable, then that's a different story. But if the person that don't have it, but that's really looking, that's how.
But even in a situation where they can afford it, they don't know. They don't know. And I'm gonna tell you right now. You won't see me in a suit unless somebody's dying. Like, it's not gonna happen. And even I've figured out how to get past that. But I am not a suit and tie person. It doesn't feel comfortable on me. That's how I grew up. So I'm not comfortable dressing like that. But I've learned how to be sophisticated and be dressed up and be put together in a way that, is comfortable for me.
Right.
And that's just who I am. I love certain outfits because it just makes me feel comfortable. I like to be cool and comfortable at all times.
Yeah, got the AC jumping in here now.
Right. I like to be comfortable. I like my environment to be conducive to where I want to be at and that mindset that I want to be in. And it has to feel that way around me at all times. And I'm not like, it needs to be 78 degrees and I need my ice chill to. It's not like that. But it's me being comfortable. And it's just really being honest with who you are and what you want out of certain situations. So we're going to take another quick break and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
Exchange, the Artist Exchange, the Artist Exchange,
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live,
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
the Artist Exchange.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only here on BigExposedRadio.com. Did you find out what your name was, Eric? You probably didn't because you got your book bag on, so that means you ready to go. You ready to go, Eric? You ready? You just go ignore me, Eric. You know what I mean? So we're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. If you didn't know, Be Exposed Radio is a station. We're located downtown Baltimore, 110 East Lexington Street. Fearless Pimp. What'd that say? What's the bottom? I can't see it. The light is hitting it. Fearless Pupil. Pupil. Uh-oh. Somebody go be in class in the fall.
That's why he's so quiet, because he's back there being
No.
fearless and whatnot. Like,
Eric is quiet because he's plotting world destruction right now.
Pinky in the brain. Yeah, he's like, kind of.
He is. I'm telling you, he is. Like, something's going to happen, and we're not going to know who did it. Just know it was Eric.
If he's missing, we know what happened. Like,
No, somebody comes up
happened to him
missing.
real quick. He just did all of a sudden.
But if you have a personality, if you want a radio show, if you thought about having a radio show, if you already have a radio show and you want to come over here to Be Exposed Radio, definitely hit me up. I can help you do that. You can hit us up at info@beexposedradio.com. We have a number of slots and time spaces available for you, so definitely hit us up. We're here. We're ready to just get it going. We have a lot of shows. We have a couple shows that just started, so definitely check us out on BigExposedRadio.com. You can check out our new shows, get connected with our host, and learn a little bit more. If you want to be featured on one of our shows for an interview, definitely hit us up. info@BigExposedRadio.com. Send us your bio, your information. Let us know who you are, and we'll definitely will be returning your message. So we have about a half an hour left in the show, and we've been talking a little bit about the topic, but not a lot. The acronym came from just my need to be able to give back. I understand what it is to, and I've seen it, individuals that don't necessarily have the support and what it does to them. It hardens you a little bit. It makes the journey a little bit tougher. And by support, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy a ticket and come to my event. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to tune into my show. It doesn't mean that you have to be my biggest cheerleader. But simply pray for the person or encourage the person. You may not like what I'm doing, or, stay away. Sometimes that's helpful. Like, don't bring your negativity or your pessimism to the situation, because it's very hard to break out and do something. But we're going to be getting into the community a little bit more and doing things out in the community. So if you want the Artist Exchange Radio Show to come to your business, to your class, to your event, and show up, host, be a part of it,
show some love.
Right. So we're taking invitations. So definitely hit us up, and we'll show up and show out. Yep. So definitely hit us up. The Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Send us information on the event or the class or what so have you. I want to try new things. So I want to do pottery. I was watching this dope pottery video today.
I was watching one too.
And I took a class in pottery. I'm lying. I took a ceramics class, but I never did it for fun. That teacher was not fun at all. But I've never done it for fun. So I want to take a ceramics class. I want to, I don't know. I'll take a skydiving. I do skydiving. So if you have a skydiving event coming up, definitely hit me up. Dance classes, I'm all for it. I'm there. Hit me up. Send me a pass, and we'll definitely join you.
What about swimming with some sharks?
No, I won't do. That's retarded.
That's not retarded.
That's definitely
How
retarded.
is that retarded? You just sitting there, in the water with some nurse sharks. You go to the beach, right?
Yeah, but I never get in the water.
Why not? What's the point of going to the beach?
To be on the beach. It didn't say anything about you getting in the water. The water is dirty.
Oh my gosh, man.
Can you stay at the bottom of this water?
Yeah.
Where you go at?
Miami.
Okay, so that's where you will sit at the bottom, but I'm still not gonna get in that water.
I mean, it's not that bad.
It's not. I like controlled environments.
I mean, it is
I've gotten into. I went to Myrtle Beach, maybe like 5 or 6 summers ago, and I never get into the beach. This is not who I am. It's just I like to swim, but I'm not a beach person because the water is dirty, and you never know if there's a jellyfish or whatever is in the
That's why
water.
you wear goggles so you can see him.
So I'm supposed to go under the water. That's not gonna happen. So I go to Myrtle Beach. I'm in the water.
That water's too dark.
Right, exactly. Like all the waters are connected. So
I mean, but still, all of it.
what happened in this water can happen in this water.
Yeah, but at least you still have a better chance of seeing it.
See, that at least is the part. I'm not a gambling
It's like
person.
when I was in Miami, when I swam out there. I think we swam for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And we saw stingrays, nurse. Well, I ain't seen no sharks because we wouldn't have made it anyway if we saw a shark. But still.
Yeah, and you talking about.
But you can still swim
with
like
them.
you got nurse sharks. They harmless. You know they don't bite.
Okay.
They do bite, but obviously, but they're harmless to humans. You know.
Why? Are they vegetarians or something?
I know if I can find a vegetarian shark.
Right. So.
But it's still they don't harm people. I've seen people
Okay.
actually be in the water with these nurse sharks.
And they won't harm me if I'm not in the water.
Try it. You know.
No, I'm good. I'll watch you. I watch your stuff back at the beach. That's what I do. I watch everybody's stuff. I like to sit on it. Sit in the shade and put my feet in the sand. That's what I do.
That look like fun. Look at him with that shark.
Yeah, I don't. That one, and I never get in the water. And I did it that one time in Myrtle Beach. I got extremely sick. I was sick for a whole month.
Did you swallow water?
Yeah, it splashed on me.
That's probably why you were sick.
Exactly. So
keep your mouth closed. I was just saying, breathe through your nose.
no, then it's still gonna be in your mouth at some point. So no, I'm good. That was one experience that I didn't need to have. Literally, I was in the house sick for a month after that.
What about bungee jumping?
I don't think I want to do bungee jumping. I think I'll do skydiving.
Skydiving. I did bungee jumping. That was pretty scary.
Nope. I won't do that.
You go faster than that?
I'll do skydiving. Maybe to like a gun range or something like that.
Yeah, that's gun range is a good stress reliever right there.
I don't know about being stress relief. That means you got some issues.
No, it's just this is.
You shouldn't go to a gun range with stress.
No, I'm just saying though. Even if you like, say if you do go to a gun range, like you'll come out feeling better, like ooh, you know what I'm saying? That was fun. It is a form of stress. It's a form of stress.
You're a little crazy too. But I'm definitely looking for some events to come to. If you want to invite us, definitely invite us out to your event. I'm always looking for new classes, paint classes, ceramic classes, anything art related. I'm there. I just found like I'm a thrift shop person. I don't know what happens to me when I go into a thrift shop, but I love it. So I found a store called Scraps. And it's basically the thrift store version of Michael's. So if there's a thrift shop, if they think about art supplies, but it's like the thrift shop of art stores. So people who have like leftover like fabric or paint or what have you, like stuff you're not using, you bring it to them and you go there. And I'm a crafter. I'm lying. I'm not a crafter. I specifically like to paint and I like to make jewelry. That's where it ends for me. Right. I know how to sew, but that's not my ministry. I'm not doing that. But I love to make jewelry. I love to paint. And it was just this store. And it's not a huge store, but it was like I just was thrown back. And I love stuff like that. So it Scraps down in Federal Hill, and we'll be doing a class there soon. Okay. So I'll be teaching a class there shortly.
I'm gonna have to definitely catch that on some footage, you know?
Yep. So definitely hit us up and let us know who you are, what you are, and what you like to do, and we definitely will come out to your class and participate. I love restaurants, so if you own a restaurant, invite us out to eat. Like I always love stuff like that. But I love taking classes. I've always been that person. Like I love taking an art class or something like that. But if you have a karate class, or I'd love to try.
I definitely know someone's called. The instructor is Mark Moore. It's Left Hook 360 Boxing. It's located. What's it located? Located in Glen Burnie, but I'll give you further information once everything is
okay. So we're gonna. Is it time to go? How much more time we got left in this segment?
8:40, like 20 minutes.
7 minutes. Real quick. Again, if you are looking for sponsorship opportunities, definitely hit us up. And if you want to barter classes with some sponsorship, hit us up. We always like to help others out. One of the things that I left my sheet in the room, but one of the things that I wanted to touch on today was we kind of touched on the role of artists in their community, but what happens when speaking to the left side of your mic?
Better?
Just turn it around, yeah, like that. So we were, because he was seeing your ponytail in the back probably, but he
try low key slime me real quick.
Right, it's a little bit. But kind of the discussion that I ended up having today, I'll suggest that you get out and you network.
Right.
When you network, find moments that you can have a conversation with somebody, opposed to, hey, this is my number, this is my Facebook. My Facebook is at capacity, so I can't do that anymore. And I've tried to erase, but then it goes right back to 5,000. It just, I don't know what happened.
Big balling on Facebook.
No, it's not like that. But I actually talk to people when I meet people,
right?
And when people catch me, I'll actually talk to people.
Right.
You know, I'm not just gonna take your Facebook name. Like, I have a conversation so you remember who it is that you're talking to.
Right. That's how I do when I catch people in elevators. If it's just me and them, it's just an awkward
That
moment.
sounded real awkward. You saying that?
Because they be hitting the 16th floor and I'm hitting the 10th, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just sit here. They just do like, hey, how you doing?
That's me in real life. I do that a lot.
Like, hey. Right.
Normally people will say something like, I may have something on that catches their eye or something like that. So I'll do things to spark conversation, but talk to people.
Right.
I've been, it's a lot of people on your Facebook page that you have no idea who they are. Now, I know I'm not going to talk to 5,000 people by the end of 2017, but I'm going to try my best to start a conversation with everybody that I don't already have conversations with. And I did that. A lot of my guests came from there. A lot of interesting conversations came from there. And some people are just weird. Like, I don't want you to call me or talk to me on Facebook, but I don't mind you being on my page. What? Like, I think that's the weirdest thing.
Like, what's the point of you being friends on Facebook?
Right, this young lady, I just saw her post a picture, and she was like a message, and she said, I don't want anybody to call me, because now there's a call feature on Facebook, and my response to her was like, well, nobody who's not your friend on Facebook can call you. Right. That's what I meant. Like, if I'm not your friend, that phone prompt doesn't come up, so that means that person is a friend of yours that's calling you. Right. So why are they on your page if you don't want to have a conversation with them? Right. Like, some people feel as though that's weird.
Right.
But if they're calling you and you sit on your phone, like, I understand if you calling me and we've never had a conversation, like a text message, or we haven't seen each other in person. But if you think they're crazy, there's a button on your phone, and it's normally red, and you can slide it and go off. Like, you can do that. But it definitely, you don't have to take it so seriously. Some people, they'll send you information on whatever you're doing, and then they'll send you their email address to continue the conversation. Because I think live conversation and any platform is awkward for people. So I don't want to talk to you live. I don't want to talk to you live. This is real awkward for me.
Right.
So it really does something for me and to me when people act like that. Like, why do you have a Facebook page that is private with no picture? Like, what happens? What is going on? What's wrong in your life right now? That is, you don't feel like you can talk. So I said all that to say was, I've really got to have conversations with people in this room. And some of us, it's still a opening up process, but that I wouldn't normally talk to.
Right.
And it's strange because we all know each other. One from social media. I've had a couple of them on my show, but for the most part, we have had opportunities to have these conversations. And today really was a capstone to it because we had a real conversation about the role of government in with the arts. We had a really strange conversation about Rachel Dezola, what's her name, Adele Zola, or the lady who was trans black.
She was trans black?
Yeah. She was passing herself off as a black person because she identified herself. Dezola, I don't know how you say her last name. Well, Bopa was going to bring her here, I believe, in September to promote the book that she wrote. And because of an overwhelming response from social media, they decided to cancel her. Now, this for me was strange. One, because this could have opened up the door to conversation on people getting their feelings now. Right. You don't even know the facts. You don't know. You just mad because this person wants something that you want. So I'm mad at you. I want to destroy you. So they don't want people to buy her books. They don't want people to support her. So how is she supposed to then make a living? What is she supposed to write about? Cats and yarn? Like what is this is her life experience. This is a choice that she made. You don't have a choice to be black. She made a choice to be black. And I'm really on the fence about it because I'm not offended that she did it. You know, I'm offended that we already are in a space as artists where white artists are seen as more
marketable.
What'd you say?
Marketable.
Not marketable, but they're seen as experts at things that we are awesome at. So they're taken more seriously because they may have a school name on their resume versus we naturally have this talent. Right. You were taught that talent, and I just know how to do this.
Right.
So we're already at that phase where we're fighting against people who just was able to go to a different or a better school than we were able to go to, or had resources or opportunities that we weren't able to be afforded.
Right.
But for somebody to take on the persona of a black woman and not I don't know how I necessarily feel on the other side, because I just feel a little strange that she was able to pass as a black woman and get opportunities as a black woman that some of us weren't able to get.
So wouldn't that be like stealing in a way?
It's that's the argument that she stole our culture, that she stole our identity, but some of us don't respect it. But you don't want anybody to have it. You don't want to rep yourself.
To have something you don't respect yourself.
So a lot of people had the conversation of, they were angry that she was doing this, and for me that would have been an open door for conversation.
Right, like what made you want to do this? Why?
But I wouldn't even be concerned about that. My concern is, what did you learn from this?
Right.
You know, what did you learn about yourself? I think her family was more upset that she didn't want to be like them. But we're going to take another break. I think this is the last break for the show. We'll be right back on the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com. Like, how focused are you? Hey, thanks, Eric. I could have been talking about you, and you just put it on the air. Appreciate it. But I can hear myself talking. You said, what does this mean? 30 seconds till we off? Till we come back? 30 seconds left in the show?
Yeah, I think 30 seconds before he gets you.
First of all, I'm not afraid of you, Eric. Like, not at all.
You got 30 seconds. I'm trying.
30 seconds to what, though? What is it 30 seconds for? Like, you just picked the first card that you saw?
You see that Medea moment he did? You know what I'm saying?
Eric is not even scary to me. Like, not even close. But the next show coming up is It Is What It Is. Are they out in the lobby? No, they're not. So they probably gonna be late. It Is What It Is radio show. But this has been an interesting conversation. Tomorrow we'll have a few artists from the African American Authors and Empowerment Expo joining us. They will be here representing that organization. Shout out to Patricia Johnson, the creator and organizer of that event. Will be, hopefully she'll come on again. I don't know when she's going to come on, but we'll have her on shortly as well to talk about where we are, who the special guests, because last year she had I want to say Papoose, and it's not Prodigy.
Yeah, it was Prodigy.
And Freeway were there last year, and she had a number of workshops going on that help you to get your business together, that help you with publishing, that help you to edit your book, and then you meet a number of phenomenal artists and authors there that wrote books and books and books and books and books and books. I haven't read as many books this year as I read last year, but it was phenomenal. I met a lot of phenomenal writers, a lot of authors, and beyond what they do, I got to meet a lot of them. Yeah.
It was definitely great because I was there as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, actually.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I'm saying? We get out there, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but he never spoke though. He never spoke. I met this man twice, and nothing.
Store Freeway?
No, you actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I did. I said hi at the concert.
You met me at the concert. You were introduced to me at the concert, but you never followed up. That's who he is. That's what he does.
No, it's not even like that. See, what happened was 33rd.
Right. So tomorrow we'll have Miss Terrell Baker and Bianca Williams joining us. Terrell, I think it's Terrell. I'm sorry, Miss Baker and Bianca Williams joining us for the Page Turners Part 2 of this series of authors interviews. So definitely hit us up. I have a couple surprise guests coming in July, one in August, so definitely stay tuned for that. Pray for me, because I don't do heat very well. I get real annoyed easily when it's hot.
You get a cold rag and some ice.
I don't, like, my body temperature doesn't work like that. When it's cold, I am cold. When it's hot, I am hot.
Your body confused.
Yeah, it is, and my body doesn't regulate temperatures very well. So, now it's 30 seconds. Eric got a lot of jokes inside of him.
You meet in the park at like 3 o'clock.
Ain't nobody scared of him. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. sharp, we'll be here. Myself, my co-host Damonn Hall. Tell people where they can find you at.
You can find me on Facebook at Damonn Hall. In parentheses it says Hollywood next to it, and you can find me on
Hollywood, not Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. You can find me on Instagram at King Hollywood. It's KingHullywOod. King Hollywood. I'm just all about motivating people and changing the lives of others and trying to be an influence. Actually, not trying. Want to be an influence to the young community that's growing.
And I'm just gonna say, can you have a black woman on your shirt tomorrow? Like, not a white woman.
I mean, I like her. You know, she was pretty cool. I have a friend that looked just like her.
Okay, that's cool.
But I'll definitely have a.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's just all I'm saying. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. sharp, we'll be here, the Artist Exchange Radio Show. To check out any part of this show or any of our other shows, you can go to our page, the Artist Exchange Radio Show, and just click play wherever you want to. Or you can go to our Be Exposed page on YouTube, click subscribe, and you'll always get the alerts for when we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back.
And y'all can go on my YouTube channel, Damonn Hall. Damonn, last name Hall, Hull. Find me on YouTube. I got some funny skits on there and everything, and some current work that I've done.
Sponsorship opportunities, don't forget, email me at the Artist Exchange Radio Show only at BeExposedRadio.com.